Okay, so welcome back. This is gonna be the basically the second chapter or whatever. I don't even know what to call this section because the second person I had children with it 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 took me down a very very dark path. Um, this is to also be aware when with DV, domestic violence, um, abusers will always show you who they are in the beginning. Um, so if you're new to dating and um, if a male or a woman asks you what you're looking for, don't tell them what you're looking for. Just tell them like I'm looking for somebody that I can get along with, that I can grow with. Because once you start describing what you want, these abusers, these narcissists, these manipulators will put on that facade of that person that you want them to be, and all along they've been that demonic or evil person just because they see you're a good person, and then will cause havoc in your life. Um, with the first person I had kids with, that's why I went through all those details, was because he was my first relationship, my first real adult relationship. And for me to have gone through what I went through as a child and as a teenager and then to enter adulthood with more trauma, um, and not knowing, nobody really explained to me like I really needed to fix all those aspects of me before actually entering a whole new relationship. Um, so I hope these stories will inspire you, because even having 6 kids and going through what I went through with both of those relationships, I ended up finding, well, somebody found me, or we found each other, um, and I think the moments that we didn't think we was gonna find each other. I know I was in a very healed place, because that's all I kept attracting was um, manly men, because I was so masculine and always in my masculine energy also, but I was still broken, so I still attracted men that was broken themselves and then wanted to break others, or break down other human beings. So just because you have one, two, 3 kids, I think I posted a post where the game said that, like, and it shows, like, there's men out there still dating. I was dating somebody and I have 6 kids. I've heard people who have ten kids and still was having fiancés and getting married and adding to that family. So just, and I know a lot of church people are gonna, I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this, but they say marry and date within your marriage, but a lot of men or women hide who they really are. And once you're bound to somebody, like in marriage form, where you're gonna have to go to hoops to divorce that person, leave that person. That's why I refused to marry the first one, even when he was like, oh, he wanted to marry me, because I knew I couldn't just get up and leave. When you're in a marriage, it's so much harder. That's why it's good to just get to know someone before you actually take that step, because there's predators out here also that do look for single parents and will prey on them. And they especially look for the ones that are broken, where they can manipulate you and use you and, break you even more. So this is to like inspire, like, and it's also known, like, if you do your research, Eve wasn't Adam's first wife. Because they say, oh, you only allowed to marry once. No, that's nobody out here is. You have more than one soulmate. Maybe that person was in your life in that season to teach you something, to inspire you, to get you to where you needed to be, because people do grow apart within relationships. I've seen it many of times. Just because that person was a certain person in your life, maybe I was still stuck in that season. Now somebody else is ready to move to the next season, and somebody has not grown to move along. So don't feel like because you have 2, 3 kids, like there's no more hope for you. Just heal, and trust me, once you're healed, you'll attract you'll attract the person that will love you the way you love yourself. That's why it's so important with self love. Because if you can't find somebody that loves you the way you love yourself, you're just gonna keep attracting people that doesn't love you. Because you don't love yourself, you're gonna attract people that don't love you and mistreat you, and because you're not showing yourself that same love. So I guess we can start. There is a lot of DV in this story, and I know it's gonna be like, cause I'm 5 years older than him, so it's gonna be like, damn, Ludi, like, dang, you let him, yeah. Like I said with the first time, yep. And the reason was because I kept having more kids by him, and didn't want didn't want to start over, was scared to start over with this many kids, and yeah. When you get the sign the first time, leave.